Hi there, everybody. I wanted to come on and just share a few thoughts as we enter into another week of this nightmare. I just want to say, first of all, thank you so much for all of the prayers and the love that we have felt, my sister and brother and I, and that our mom has felt. Because we believe that somehow, some way, she is feeling these prayers and that God is lifting her even in this moment and in this darkest place.
You know, folks, I'm going to be honest. As time goes on, a lot of conspiracy theories are starting to spring up about the entire Guthrie family as a whole. We've done a video about Annie Guthrie before. Annie Guthrie's man who works as an AP bio teacher, failed guitarist. Then we have Savannah, the professional talk show host. A lot of people are starting to create these wild conspiracy theories around them and their mother, and I can't even argue against it too much because at this point it's not even that far-fetched to me. So I'm going to explain why I feel like these conspiracy theories aren't that far-fetched. A lot of people are going down the aisle that somebody in the family needed a substantial amount of money, and Nancy Guthrie was the perfect person to make disappear to make a whole bunch of money start flowing. May it be a life insurance policy, may it be a will that's left over, somebody's in the family will benefit from this. Okay, that's the main conspiracy theory I've been seeing in the comments, and I am by no means saying that this is accurate, but it feels like there is a discrepancy between what the police are doing and what the family is saying. Because we just got a completely new video dropped by Savannah Guthrie, basically claiming that her mother is okay and her mother is alive and they just need to get this money to the person and everything will be okay. I genuinely feel like that is completely opposite from what the police are doing right now, because we're going to go through video, we're going to go through pictures, we're clearly going to go through Savannah's video. It seems like the police are looking for a body. They're moving around with metal detectors and cameras going into septic tanks as if some body had been dropped there, while the family is on a completely separate page saying that their mother, we feel that our mother is A-okay and she's hearing your prayers. I don't know. It just feels like there's a complete disconnect between what the family's saying and what the police is doing. Now, again, we don't know what that ransom letter wrote, but it seems to me that the ransom letter made the police think one thing while the family is thinking something completely different. We're going to go through the videos. The police are in septic tanks, and apparently it's the main sewer line that connects to that neighborhood. They're up in there looking for God knows what, while the family's still saying, "Come home, Mom." Okay, but again, I'm not blaming the family. I'm not saying they did anything, but I'm just saying the conspiracy theories wouldn't be that far out if it happened to be someone close to the family or someone inside the family. Because at this point, it seems like they're just avoiding the truth. Maybe it's denial, or maybe somebody has something to hide. But I don't know. You guys let me know in the comments. Let's check out the response video that Savannah Guthrie had posted, and then let's see what the police have been doing for the past hours. Let's go ahead and check this thing out.
Hi there, everybody. I wanted to come on and just share a few thoughts as we enter into another week of this nightmare. I just want to say, first of all, thank you so much for all of the prayers and the love that we have felt, my sister and brother and I, and that our mom has felt. Because we believe that somehow, some way, she is feeling these prayers and that God is lifting her even in this moment and in this darkest place. We believe our mom is still out there. We need your help. Law enforcement is working tirelessly around the clock trying to bring her home, trying to find her. She was taken and we don't know where. And we need your help.
And this is why I feel like this is no longer a hoax ransom letter. Whoever wrote the ransom letter has something to do with Nancy being disappeared. I don't know, if she's still alive or this, that, and the other, but whoever wrote the note, I believe is real, because it's one thing with the family responding a certain way to a letter. But I'm telling you, the second that letter dropped, police started acting differently. There was no one. The house was cleared, from what I understand. No one was even worried about the house. Okay, Nancy's gone. She's out in the wind. We don't know where she is. Ever since the secondary letter came through, police came back and they've been there ever since. Right now, as we speak, police are there. The press is there. People are swarming that house, which is why I believe this disconnect is happening, because the family keeps saying like, oh, she's alive. She's free out there somewhere in the world. She's out there. Let's go find her. Please help us. Meanwhile, the police have all returned seemingly. Maybe there's people out there in the rest of the country, or not the country, the rest of the state looking. But seemingly all the police have come back in this recovery effort, it seems like. So I don't know what that letter said, but I feel like, the police read that shit and thought one thing, and the family is deciding to take it completely a different direction. I don't know, maybe for the media to see. I don't want to blame anybody, but it feels like they're taking it in another direction from what we're clearly seeing the police do. Now, again, maybe this is common practice to go through sewer tanks when someone's abducted, but it just feels like the police are on a different type of time. But let's continue.
So I'm coming on just to ask you, not just for your prayers, but no matter where you are, even if you're far from Tucson, if you see anything, if you hear anything, if there's anything at all that seems strange to you, that you report to law enforcement. We are at an hour of desperation, and we need your help.
Now, me personally, Savannah's not really the person who I'm eyeing. It's Annie and the brother-in-law. Those are the people who I'm eyeing. I'm just a person. I'm just human. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Those are the people who my eyes are on the hardest. Savannah seems like she's doing everything right. But again, she's a talk show host. She should be doing everything right. She's used to being in front of a camera. But it does seem like as the time frame comes down, they will have to pay the ransom if they actually believe that their mom is alive. Because, it's a couple of hours until 5 p.m. We'll see what happens. But let's move forward. I want to show you guys what the police have been doing around and about the area, because you guys heard me talk about it. Let me show you some footage, and then I'll actually show you an actual map as to where the police are concentrating their efforts, seemingly as of the past 24 hours. Let's check this out on the roadside view. Then we're going to get an above side view. Then we're going to get a map. Okay, let's check out slide number 1. And if I'm not mistaken, they go further past into the bush, and that's right where that tank is, or the access to the septic system is. So I'm gonna show you a few more seconds of this, and then we're gonna take a above view. Okay, see, now they get to hunting. They get into them bushes. All right. So that was pretty much it. I think that was before we got the above side view. But again, we live in 2026 and we have drones now. So the drones got real curious and they gave us a sneak peek as to what the officers have been doing. Now, I think they've been going back and forth, and this has been an effort for a few hours now. Don't know what they're looking for. Drop in the comments if you have an idea, or maybe if you're former law enforcement, because I know I have a lot of former law enforcement in my comment section. If you're former law enforcement, tell me what they're doing. Is this normal procedure? What is this device? What are they trying to do?
Clearly, there is something happening over there. We don't know exactly the nature of it. What can you tell us from your vantage point?
Hi, Kevin. I can set the scene here for you. About an hour and a half ago, we had a sheriff's deputy come up, park in front of the home. That caught everyone's attention. Now, not too long ago, within the last 20 minutes or so, we saw an unmarked vehicle with law enforcement drive up. The two spoke, they got back in their cars, and then we saw yet a third member of law enforcement walk up. 3 people walked to the back, 2 to 3 people walked to the back, and you can see them now. And they are what are.
And if you pay attention, they have multiple manholes open. There's one manhole here, there's another manhole over there, and God knows how many others they open. Shit, man. I'm not going to give out any theories because, again, don't want to put your foot in your mouth, right? But, your mind can start going into places. Maybe the very night Nancy got abducted, she was placed in an area to be hidden. Alive or dead, I'm not sure. But it seems as though she didn't make it too far from the house. That's my personal opinion. And the fact that the family's directly going against that, it could just be good old-fashioned denial, or again, there's something a little bit more sinister here.
Drone team is describing to us, the Fox flight team is describing this as possibly a manhole. I heard Jonathan say that it could be some sort of water drainage. Either one of those is possible. We're not quite sure, but they've been poking around in there almost like they're looking for a sample of some sort. Looking into this area. We've been kept back just a bit, actually. Usually when they have some sort of activity here at the site of Nancy Guthrie's home, we're often pushed back. The media is pushed back so they can do their job. Clearly, they're not concerned about that right now because we've all been allowed to stay as law enforcement continues its work to the back. Kevin?
So I really want to hear what you guys have to say in the comments about this, because it makes everything is screaming corpse, right? But maybe that's what the family is doing. Maybe the family is doing that to just hold on to hope, or to make the kidnappers feel as though they're not as shaken. But everything in real life is pointing to me that we're looking for something other than something that's breathing. But anyways, I want to show you the map. Somebody on, the super sleuths out here on Twitter, somebody gave us an estimate of exactly where those manholes are. And if you can tell, it's at the back of Miss Nancy's house. Now, I'm not there, so I only can go by reports, but I believe that the blood trail was at the front door, leading from inside the house through the front door. Now, if we look at this, there's the pool seemingly at the front. There's the front door. So it would be, feasible to drag somebody from the front door into a manhole. I'm not saying that's what they did. It probably isn't. But the fact that they're looming and hovering over these manholes for the past couple of hours, and you could go to JLR right now, he's live. They've been over there for hours. It seems to me like Miss Nancy didn't go too far. But anyways, this is just a quick update. I really want to upload this as fast as I can because we are closing in on 5 p.m. Tucson, Arizona time. So we'll see what happens, man. And as time has gone through, the news has been checking the Bitcoin wallet that they're supposed to be paying the $6 million to. No money has been paid into the wallet as of the time of this recording. So will the family pay? I don't know. Is it even a good idea to pay the ransom? Genuinely, I don't even think that's a good idea. But you know, what are you gonna do? That's your mom, right? But anyways, everybody, let me know what you think. I'll be back real soon. I'll be hovering. I'll be hovering just like everybody else is. See you real soon.